Hello, everybody. Here's some music. At least in theory. Hello, music. There we go. Right. I hope you survived the Monday. I mean, else we wouldn't be here, I guess. And, yeah, it's time to grow our little dairy farm, I would say. Although I need a quick refresher what the hell I'm actually doing. So apparently I put in a lot of barley. Okay. Show grass fields, please. Okay, so I need to roller the grass fields. Oh yeah, true, we just finished the collecting of the silage. Right, so now where did I put the grass roller? I think down by the cow shed. Oh, we can put some time compression in on again. So yeah, what definitely has to be done at some point. Yeah, he has to roll it. Is getting a slurry spreader and a manure spreader. That is something that has to be done at some point. I mean, these 20 cows have now produced in 8 months a third of the slurry pit, roughly. I mean, granted, I have nowhere to put the slurry or the manure yet. That's something that will be available after next year's, or this year's harvest. Then there's places where we can put all that stuff as free fertilizer, which is good. Saving cash on that kind of stuff is always nice.
I don't want no teenage queen! I don't want no teenage queen! I just want my M14! I just want my M14!
Swords just subscribed. A quota of a century. Or a quota of a money. Either works. Auf Deutsch. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Yeah, she can actually speak decent in German. Hey DTK and hello Schultz, and thank you for 25 months. Holy crap. I can't even... Did I really stream for that long already? I mean, I've apparently. But yes, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I was completely out of context. Well, semi out of context. I have been talking to 7-8 and in turn with TTK about the eco thing. TTK already set up a server for just getting you can reset the tutorials and then just tell it to skip all tutorials. And then it should unlock everything. The XP gain and whatnot. And yeah. DTK already made a server for testing purposes to see about the settings and how everything works. The actual eco session will start somewhere around end of January, the latest mid-February. That's the plan right now. Yeah, and if you don't have the nutrition meter, I am not sure if you're actually using calories or not. So that might actually accidentally be a very cheaty way to ah. Perfect. And yeah, we will have to fiddle around with the settings, so the server will probably have to be set up anew a couple of times, but I mean, you're sure you don't get any job XP, obviously, because you can't have a job yet. But you should get the general XP. Although that might be locked with a calorie thing, and if you don't have the calorie thing, you won't get the general XP. That's quite possible. But yeah, we will have to fiddle around with the settings for the XP multiplayer, because I have a local game where I familiarized myself with the game. If you're on our Discord, you might have even watched me play it a bit, because I did the Discord stream of it. And yeah, you would think a multiplier of 0.3 wouldn't be that much. But oh boy, can I tell you, that is so incredibly much. I basically have the first easily available job, the masonry, unlocked. And I have like 130 XP levels that I can put in different jobs. And I have cooking, I have butchering, I have hunting, I have carpentry, and I have masonry. Did I forget any? No, I think that's all the jobs I could learn so far. Hey, how are you? So yeah, in total you need, I think, if you want to learn every job, I think you need like, I don't know, 20 or 25 levels. And that is that multiplayer isn't even including my home bonus, because I don't technically have a house. I have houses, but they are all just general rooms because I have workstations in them. and they therefore don't give me any bonuses. So yeah, point 3 doesn't sound like much, but is insane. I will have to come back here and clean that up. So yeah, but if you're... Let's set up the rule that you should at least be a regular. So I should have seen your name in chat a couple of times. But if you want, you can join. More people is always better. And now that you know it will be end of January, you can mentally prepare if you want to join or not. Because let us all be honest here. It is a thing where you kinda need the entire month off. Well, have to have nothing planned for the entire month. Hey, Upper Napper. It was just talking about Eco. End of this month is probably when we're gonna start. And I do believe you were definitely interested in it. And with as things are standing right now, we are 4 to 5 people at the moment. No, I had that thing already lowered down, and now I lift it again. Yeah. Definitely talking about Eco. So it is gonna start. It is gonna happen. And yeah, probably around end of this month. The latest start that I'm thinking about is mid-February. And part of the relatively late start, I mean, we just started January, is because, well, yeah, you have to prepare yourself. Exactly. You kind of have to prepare yourself to basically play nothing else for the entire month. No worries. I mean, I know generally what to do. And TTK will join. He has played too, so you will have some people there to talk to. Get general pointers. Yeah, and it's at least was on sale on Steam. Not much, 15% off or something. But yeah. I mean, it's not an expensive game anyway. I mean, it's like 30 bucks or so. Yeah, I mean, hey, what's wrong with my bot? I haven't seen him spam yet. Hold on, I think it said it connected to the channel, but I don't think it actually did. Oh no, there it is. Hello, bot. Good morning. Nice of you to join us too. No, might have been that my chat had a delay again. That happens sometimes. For some reason that happens. It happens with me sometimes, and in this case it might actually just be that the bot has a weird brain fart. It just takes a moment. Pineapple. Pineapple. Ah, crap, I forgot that it's... Yeah, it will sort itself out over time. It's usually when I relatively freshly joined. Oh, there I saw a light green patch. Over time, it will sort itself out again. When I join a chat relatively fresh, then there's this weird delay. I still haven't exactly figured out why, but... Although, I mean, I can imagine why, because I have set up quite a few things in Frankerface that might interfere. Or might cause a slight delay, although I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure why it gets better over time, because the Frankerface thing is always loaded. It's a Chrome extension, so who knows. Oop, I can't see anything. Come on. Hold on. Now, like this, and then like this. Enjoy the lurk, enjoy the food. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to play some Eco again. I mean, I played some Eco just on the weekend, but nothing serious. Oh, and yeah, this time the server, apparently, whatever we did last time, or the first time, we somehow managed to fuck up the settings in the server. Come on, game. What the hell was that? But the web interface looked like the biomes were okay. So there's a good chance that the ores are actually where they are supposed to be. Yeah, that might be that the dedicated server thing just received an update. Because yeah, I think the actual setup last time Yeah, and I mean, as far as I know, it is supposed to be in the desert. There's a chance to get iron ore in the mountain area, but I think that it is actually supposed to spawn in the desert, where there's all the sandstone too, and it's red sandstone, so that indicates iron already. So yeah, but I think the big games community thing. Yeah, and the elk do have candy cane antlers and a Christmassy riding blanket thingy-me-bob on the back. And the wooden boxes in the storage places where that represent the loose materials like I don't know, plant fiber or something, are Christmas presents at the moment. I think that's another thing that is technically has been a patch, I do believe. So starting later this month means that there's a chance that the patch has been applied to get rid of that, so we don't have to update the game in the middle of the playthrough, which might cause problems. Ugh. Yeah, the Christmas trees, they look quite nice. I'm actually not sure if they are emitting light. I don't think so, but I haven't been in near the Christmas trees in the dark. The night cycles are relatively short. Although when you actually play, it usually feels like there's the day cycles are incredibly short. Yeah, which is okay, I guess, because that would mean that they would cast shadows, and that would just kill the game entirely if there were like millions and millions of light sources. Or at least hundreds and dozens and hundreds, if you just make the tree emit light, basically. Yeah, but what I will still have to find out, in theory, your player character has food tastes now. I have not seen any place where it says what food I like and which not. I'm not sure if that is an option I just missed and accidentally didn't turn on for my test game. But I'm relatively sure that one of the patch notes said something about that. But it definitely felt like they improved the performance. Yeah, I mean, the idea behind the player character having food tastes, like having a favorite food and a least favorite food, is cool, because that means as the cook you have to provide different meals and not just, okay, let's produce 250 sausages and 250 fruit salads to provide the vitamins. And maybe 150 top porridges for getting a good protein boost. No, protein, not carbohydrates. But that means you have to actually provide... Yeah. In the beginning that might be... I mean, might be that it's just only happening with the fancier foods. To not completely cripple the early gameplay. Because from what I understood, if you eat your least favorite food, you reduce your XP multiplier. And the closer you get to the favorite food, the better your food multiplier is. Although might just have been that I just flat out didn't notice, because yeah, like I said, I'm getting so much XP. I've basically filled one stockpile with mortared stone, and I do believe I am already done with the entire tech tree. As in, I can make everything in that tech tree. So, yeah, the XP multiplier for me at the moment is just insane. I know you have to use the sickle. I'm not sure if you spawn with one, or you have to make a tool bench and craft one. And then you go about and sickle down all the low-grade plants. Yeah, I was irritated too, because they have implemented a machete, and that just destroys it, which is interesting, because that's actually quite nice. If you're wanting to make a road, you don't fill your inventory up with plant fiber that you don't necessarily need. And can just cut the path through the... I think the boreal forest is the most atrocious one, with those weird character high plants for that kind of thing, where you can see basically nothing, although the jungle is probably quite bad too. Right, so let's just drop this here, that's fine. Right, so now, let's have a look. We have some oats left, that's ridiculous. We have soybeans that get sold in June, apparently. What month is it now? April, okay. I mean, it's almost not worth it to sell them, but... Loads of straw, some milk. Do I see cheese here? No. So I have one and almost 2 pallets cheese sitting. Cheese. I'm gonna say, what month is it now? April. So April. Selling cheese now might still work. Selling honey now is almost the highest point. Ooh. What's it set to? Probably the right thing. That's a good amount of honey. Right, and the honey goes to... oh, the farmer's market. Okay. And the cheese goes to the farmer's market. That makes it quite easy to find out where to go. Uh-oh, uh-oh, no, 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 no. Stop. Let's load these up anew. There we go. Yeah, and for the eco thing, we still have to obviously find a specific date for that. Gonna have to sit with Saphinated to figure out something that works for us both, because at least the opening session, we obviously want to play together. Right, how much cheese is there right now? 840, and it produces not enough for me to care right now. Wait. Although Saphinated usually doesn't stream on Saturdays, so that's usually one of his family days. Although if his wife joins, then we can just call it a family day. Just drop off the kid at the grandparents or something. For the month. Wait, am I actually going to the right place? Yes. Good. Right, and these fields all scream grape plantation. Which at some point has to happen too. Mostly just because, but... Right, and here comes the money! Another nice 26k. And Eco placed quite fast in the first couple of days, and then starts slowing down once you get into the higher tier materials. They just flat out take longer to craft. And that's... So the first session is probably nice to have a long session. To quickly get to a point where the higher tier materials are being unlocked. Okay, you go straight, and then I turn. Come to think of it, I earlier said that there's about 25 jobs. I think there's even more. It's probably more like 40 or so. Because the cooking alone has 5, I think. So it's the cooking itself and then 5, so 6. Right, so is these are currently being fermented 5%, 6%, yeah, and then there's a couple of them that are already done. Quick check on the fields. Do we need fertilizing? No, fertilizing is done. Good, so let's skip a couple of hours. Right, let's see. How far are we done? About 50%. Okay. So, how about the cows? They need food again. Okay. I say they need food, but... Alright, and I was wanting to put a silage pit somewhere down here. Right, so let's do that first before we start feeding, because I might want to hold off feeding hay. So let's say, right, so this should be enough room to turn around with machinery. Silos. How large is the next? Oh, that's a... I mean, I don't need a large one right now, but sooner or later I will. Let's see, and when I place it right on the corner, yeah, then I can, in theory, put another one right next to it again. With automatic snapping, so it's really nice. Right, big honking silage pit. Which means we probably want some gravel up front, right? Or concrete or something. Landscape, painting. No. What is change cursor size? Make it large. Okay, that was not what I planned. What I had in mind. Right now, the tractor is a little bit in the way. Excuse me, Mr. Tractor, could you fuck off for a second? Thank you very much. Might make it a little bit larger again. There we go. Right, maybe I should change the brush size. There we go. Shape. There. Okay. Now back to square. Can make it a little bit larger. There we go. There we go. So, access point with a bit of room for turnaround and then out that way. Good. Now I'm down to 24,000 money again. But, oh well. Basically, tomorrow I can sell all the silage bales. Or do I want to sell all the silage bales? Silage. I do not want to sell them tomorrow, so they are... crap. They are practically worthless at the moment. Right, how much milk is in a cheese? Oh, it's empty. Ah, crap. That's quite annoying that there's now... time has been wasted. Pew! Oops! Right, so the thing with production lines is they make a good chunk more money in the long run. Which means I am actually debating internally if I should buy the mill. Which is... that's the grain elevator. I'm actually not... That's the bakery. That's the mill. $96K. That's not cheap. And it means that the... the grain won't give instant money. Really? I can't get up that... okay. But I was somewhat expecting a collectible around here. But apparently no. Because that's the next thing. They are still most of the collectibles around, and they are worth what, 20K? 50k, yeah. Welcome back. Very good. What did you have? Asking for a friend. Oh, but that sounds good. I had a really late lunch, so I haven't eaten yet, but ooh, nice. I mean, granted, I had the week between Christmas and New Year's off, but yeah. But where the hell am I even? Here. Okay. Let's teleport up here to the grape plant. Because there's buildings here, and that means more sensible places for hiding... or more possible places for hiding collectibles. I mean, to be honest, I had somewhat expected there to be at least one collectible under those bridges, but... shows what I know. Yeah, this is the map border. Okay. Tree, go away. There's an observatory here? Cool. Haha! No, that's just a painting. Huh. See, I would have expected this to be a hiding place for the... for one of the collectibles. Haha! Get off my field, game cartridge. It is dang beautiful on this map, I gotta say. Eh. It sure does feel like I'm in somewhere in southern France. I will. Feels weirdly cheaty anyway. Boom, bum, bum. Let's see if we can punt this this sign thing. Yeah, that's true. Yep, couldn't punt this one into the river. And yeah, and I mean that's part of the reason why I didn't feel too distraught with cheating a good chunk of money in the on Elm Creek. More here, so. Right, but grass fields aren't ready yet, no? No. So let's skip a day. Wait, everything is ready to harvest now? Huh. Okay. Right, I guess we start with the grass harvest. Because that can start fermenting then. Right, unfold, unfold. Lower, lower. Push that thing out. Push that thing out. We want swath dropping, yes. Right, so working with enable the thing. Ah, shit! I don't want to. I don't need the sides. Turn on, turn on. Here we go. But then I'm not sure yet if I want to make this field or the other field into hay. Or any of it. But I think we have enough hay for now. Can I have a quick peek? We have hay 34. Oh, that's not that much actually. That isn't that much hay. So I may want to make one into hay then. Since hay is the main component of TMR. Oh, that reminds me, how are the cows looking? Is no, there's still hay in there. Then again, I need a lot of silage too. Yeah, I guess I make this cutting completely into crazy silage bug. Uh-oh. Oh, profanity filter. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It is a game that is somewhat meant for kids, right? I mean, I can roughly imagine what it actually might mean, but why would anybody say that? Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, that is horrible. A buddy of mine basically fucked his save game with that one. Because he somehow managed... oof. Yeah, he managed to get that thing somehow somewhere towards the sale point, but it won't sell now. Nope, not this line. Next one, please. This one. And now whenever he loads the save game, this weirdly laggy bale sausage will sell and respawn every time he comes back in. Although that might actually been a thing that was in the patch notes, but it shouldn't be a problem anymore. But who knows? I guess the eco devs have heard a lot of odd words and such like. I think I will have to look through my config files and see what funny German euphemisms they have found. Because I would imagine that there's a German list available in there somewhere. Okay, and the weight back on, this time without toppling it over. Very nice. Did you set any XP multiplier so far? Because I don't think we can manage a 4 to 5 player game with just I mean, I guess we will have to try a couple short sessions and see how it feels. Because, I mean, obviously having too low a modifier will be boring. Because we won't get anywhere. But too high a modifier obviously is boring like hell here, because, I mean, yeah. I wouldn't want to play my single player game anymore. Because there's no sense of progression or anything. Everything it just is. Basically. And yeah, that is as boring as it sounds. What would be really cool if you could set different modifiers for different things. Say you can level up, I don't know, cooking a little bit faster than carpentry. I don't know. Yeah, sad, and then not really sad. But I have no clue how much of that stuff we need, or I need. Oh, okay, so it is actually a setting, eh? Yeah, it is not a complicated game, not by a long shot. I mean, general gist is try to not completely destroy the ecosystem. So if you're out hunting, spread your hunting activities across the map a little bit. Because you can, at least in theory, make animals extinct. Same goes for things like harvesting, like picking up corn and shit like that. Felling trees, you have to clean up after you, because when you fell a tree, it will produce, well, the broken off branches will be laying on the ground. You have to pick them up, but yeah, exactly. It will teach you. The tutorial is actually quite nice. That works quite well for the very basics, at least. I mean, the highly advanced stuff is obviously not in there, but yeah, exactly. It's just don't. There's some things like there's full-grown redwood trees. It is a somewhat unwritten law that you obviously don't knock them down because they take ages to regrow. And then, yeah, behave like... I mean, the general idea is you can, in theory, completely fuck up the ecosystem. Like, oh yeah, definitely. They can be a big boost because there's a lot of wood in those. And it would appear that old growth redwood, we just had really tiny biomes. The web viewer on the server you set up TTK, that looked okay. So it looked like you can actually afford to knock over a couple of them. But yeah, there's otherwise there is the tutorial will teach you the most important things. There's the game has you have to balance your food intake. Food will have values for fat, protein, vitamins, and something. I feel like carbohydrates, but I'm not exactly sure. And if you have the better balanced you have that, the more XP boost you get. Then you have to build a house for a general XP booster, XP modifier basically, that can and in the long run will have multiple rooms, like a living room, a kitchen. No, I think living room not exactly, but there's definitely a kitchen and a bedroom, and a general room. And different things will need different tier materials, so you obviously start with just wooden stuff and wooden furniture, and over time you will get proper brickwork, and then later on you will get composite materials. The houses actually look quite modern. So there is definitely... I mean, it is obvious that they have put Hold on, how... Unload here. But it's, like I said, and TTK too, it is not a complicated game. It's easy to pick up. And probably quite easy to master too. But yeah, when you just play through the tutorial, that will teach you the absolute basics, basically what I just told you to. And in general, it's just, yeah, if you're going fishing, try to not kill all the tuna, because you might destroy the tuna population, and then there won't be any tuna again on the map. Or don't kill all the bison. I would be technically okay if you kill all the wolf and all the coyotes. I have tried several times and have not succeeded yet. And with the amount of industry we had in both games, in the small one and in the large one, we not once had a scale of industry where it felt like we were destroying the ecosystem completely. I mean, both times the heavy industry was in the desert, so there wasn't much that could get fucked with it, but yeah, exactly. It's a our biomes were weird and just collapsed on themselves. But yeah, the wolf culling has never really worked. Yeah, for example, in the desert biome, there should be constantly growing cactus fruits and agave. And we just about managed to save the specific cactus that provides the cactus fruit by actively basically farming it, as in putting in a farm plot and putting every seed we could find in there. And I think we basically had just 2 when we figured out that the ecosystem was collapsing on itself. 2 of those cactus fruit we could find, or seeds for that cactus, and all others were already dead and had gone away. Yeah, but if you're going about it smart with the pollution, I mean, yeah, air pollution might actually turn into a problem at some point if you have completely deforested the map. But the trees consume the CO2 and or all plants consume CO2 and the air pollution. So if nobody is playing overnight, when nobody was playing overnight, the server basically recovered from our pollution. And the ground pollution wasn't really a big problem, because we just put the tailings back into the same cavern we made from mining it. So that wasn't really a problem. Yeah, perfectly good explanation for kids. Yeah, good lesson. Yeah, sadly the devs haven't... They had big plans with the tailings. But so far none of them have materialized, as far as I know. I mean, to be fair, it is a tiny dev team too, so it's like, I think... 2 or 3 devs. That obviously isn't an excuse, but because let's be honest, Eco has been around since what, 2017? I do believe. And it has come a long way. I have seen very early streams of Eco, or streams of early Eco, and holy, whoa, was that clunky. I mean, it's can still be clunky in places. And even if you run a local instance, that is still technically a server. It's a local server, but there is still, in theory, syncing. So you can still have weird desync issues where you are mining and sometimes the bits that you mine will just spawn inside the wall, basically. And because they are not allowed there, they get teleported on top. So sometimes you just start picking up and have an odd number, and then it's just what? So after extensive mining, there's a good chance that there's a lot of loose stone chunks on top over the mine. So hey, Paulus. Yeah, although this is now grass, and it will be turned into silage for feeding them cows. I mean, I technically have a bunch of basic silage bales right behind me, but I kinda don't want to use the silage bales. Because those work way better for selling. And I completely misjudged how much of that silage chemical is needed. Because I put in 10 liters and there's still 7.25 liters in here. Enjoy the work. They're now doing DLCs for sleeping? Well, that sounds good. Oh, don't text and drive, kids. Turns out reading chat while trying to follow a straight line to pick up grass does not work. Well, I tend to call it snooze. Yeah, but I've tried that and I stopped. It's just killing me. Although you have the wife DLC, so... why can't I empty that last bit of grass out of the... There we go. Compacting. 81%. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, the cows love that. No, but it really is for getting the oxygen out between the... out of the chaff, basically. Because we want it to ferment and not rot. Rotting is kinda counterproductive. I mean, who knew, eh? Right, so technically I would need a second bucket for the silage. Because this one I originally bought to handle the manure. I mean, it's not exactly a bucket thing. Grabby fork doohickey. Oops. And the cleaning up bit with these silage pits is always the most annoying. Because you kind of want everything inside the pit. There we go, I think. Nah, that's a little bit outside. Blanket silo. Oh, that got covered too. Very nice. Thank you, game. Greatly appreciated. Hey Russ. And thank you for the health check. Yeah, I'm quite well, thank you very much. How about you? Yeah, that's very fair. I understand the problematic. Right, so we have the loud boy again, so nap at lunch. Ooh. Hold on, why that's not planned like this. I kinda wanted a straw. Whoops. Yeah, that's better. Oh, worries me. You didn't have to do it in the first place, so... And still did it. I may have made a mistake. I'm not sure if I can make it to the end of the field. It's quite possible I have to reverse out of this. Or not. Apparently the... yield has dropped back here. I'm just now thinking, the yield is actually pretty good in this. Which means it would be nice having the mill to then turn it into flour. Instead of having to sell the grain as is. But I cannot afford the grain mill as is. That's 96,000. Plus I actually kinda need machinery. I mean, I need at least a small slurry tank. Well, that's actually not that expensive. Let's see, has that any... No. That has... No, that's actually just a transport tank. So is that. That would be a spreader. That's 58. So that's basically all the money I have right now. So that's actually not really an option. And then the small manure spreader. I mean, that's 50,000. So I mean, I could just take up a massive loan and then just run with that. Which I actually might do, coming to think of it. That's... Yeah, I might sell the grain at the current crappy price. Take up a loan. I mean, that is actually very cheaty, what I'm thinking about doing. Because if you dump grain at the mill or at any production facility and right after buy the place, your grain is still there. Or whatever you have sold. Wrong button. There we go. Finally found the right button. Same thing works for the dairy, for example, where I already did that. Sold the milk, bought the dairy, and had the milk that turned into cheese. Because we are harvesting barley. Barley is obviously the worst price right now, $500. That's a quick proper look at this now. And flour sells for 800 to 900, so there's a slight up for that. Not much, though. And I reckon flour is, yeah, it's at the low point right now, too. Plus the conversion rate isn't 1-to-1. Although for barley, I think it actually is. Yeah, let's do these things. Let us buy at least a small manure spreader. I mean, it's tiny. It's really tiny. You can see the round bale next to it. I might need one size up. To actually get somewhere. I mean, it's already, yeah, 4,900 liters. So that's 4 scoops. So that's at least 9. That one has 14. I mean, I could lease it. That's what I do. First season of spreading manure will be leased machinery. That's a lot cheaper. Although it kind of defeats the point of having free fertilizer. But you can turn around and pay like a total of, I don't know, probably turn out to 6,000 or 8,000. For the lease machinery, so that's actually not very feasible. I mean, I could sell it. I could sell the manure and the slurry. I mean, for nothing, really. The manure wouldn't be a problem. The trailer I have can hold manure too. It's a bit yuck. If you think that there will be rain in that thing later. That would be an option. For the slurry, I would definitely need a new trailer. Because I don't think the trailer I have now for the milk can hold slurry. That's actually really just for foodstuffs. but this trailer can technically hold minute. I mean, I would have to sell it at the grain mill, and that's the worst price of all. We now have June. So if I were to sell it all this month, there wouldn't be that much money in it. And the next sell option, I mean, I could just wait until December and then sell it and buy the mill. Probably the best option. Because manure spreader and slurry tanker I will have to take up a loan for anyway. And by then I will have produced, have made more money through the honey and the cheese. Yeah, I think that's a plan. That is the plan. Hold on to the grain. I don't have to sell it now. Hold on to the grain until December. Sell it then. Get way more money for it. Meaning a less lower loan to actually buy the grain. Well, I will have to refuel the combine soon. TM. Still had a steering input after enabling the auto steer, which instantly disable the auto steer again. Oh Gott. Finally drove into the crops again. Perfect. Could have been worse, no, it wasn't that fine. But since the silo is right up front here, might as well dump the trailer right now. Okay, the field does not need plowing. That's good. And it doesn't need lime. That's good too. That reminds me, can I could go straight into canola. Although if I plan to buy the mill, a crop that gets turned into flour is probably the smarter idea. Yummy, nice and creamy. You don't have to put any butter or something on your bread after baking any bread with it. It's already made out of margarine. And doesn't get sold in those paper bags, but in a plastic tub. Probably completely separates too. So I hope it's a clear plastic tub so you can see the yumminess. Oh, by the way, I just had a thought how to best communicate on Discord with whatever. Discord by now comes with a bot by default, right? Has anybody ever tried to work with that bot? Because I know you can get external bots to do fancy stuff with, for example, automatic groups and whatnot. As in you, for example, react on a specific message with some emote and automatically get assigned a server group, which then in turn means you can add that specific group. I mean, you can do that already, but obviously, by default, you can't. Discord doesn't allow for automatic group assignment. But if the bot that now comes with Discord does that kind of thing, that would make a lot of things way easier. Because then you can have, for example, notifications for just the group that wants server notifications for something specific. We intentionally don't do the add everyone in the Patriots, because it can be annoying. But if you have a server group, I mean, you could technically then do several groups. You can have a notification group for me, for Aconite, for Shorts, for Raz, for Low, and oh, I'm missing someone. Zal, although he hasn't streamed in ages. Then you can just add those people who want to be notified directly with the add thing with a bloop that plays and whatnot. And yes, we can do that already, but it's all manual. Yeah, I had that idea too. Previously. Yep. Exactly. And those groups don't do anything else. You are just, they don't get a specific color or anything. You are just, I mean, you can be part of several groups, I believe. Oh, that, I'm wondering, can Discord mods move people in and out of the restricted voice chat? Okay, so then that is but you can access it, right? You can just pop in if you want. Oh! I thought that was one of the mod perks. Huh. I mean, Aconite was talking about the other night that he wants to make it so that I think in theory streamers should already be able to do that, but they can't. As part of the streamer group, I can just hop into the restricted whenever I want. But for some reason at the moment only the admin group, i.e. Aconite, can actually move people in. I mean, yeah, sure, we could, in theory, have multiple restricted voice channels, one for each streamer, but that's maybe a little bit overkill. Plus, I think there's a limit on how many voice channels Discord allows per Discord server without Nitro thingy what. No, but if that, I mean, with the automatic group thing, I think I have to have a look at that. If the stock bot can do that, if that has, I mean, probably still would mean that Aconite has to configure that bot. because he's the server admin. But then again, in theory, it's a one and done job, right? Noisy boy is a little bit less noisy for the moment. Yeah, but what I'm wondering is now how much configurability the Discord stockbot has. And if the server admin can give permissions to other users or groups for that bot for the configuration. I mean, I haven't at all looked at how the configuration works, so. Right, Noisy Boy, go. But Noisy Boy is taken over by a worker real quick, because I need to take a leak. So you can watch a worker drive in circles. And yeah, I will be back in a moment, so please stand by. And I am back. And I see the bot has done a completely appalling job. I expected nothing else. Yeah, it's a very one-sided match, knife versus tank. I do believe the Soviets have tried some quite a few things to defend against tanks, like shoving your rifle into the tracks and shoving large stones into the tracks. And I believe all of them went, very not surprising, quite horrible, unless you shove a really large stone into the tracks. At that point you might take the track off, so the tank can still shoot you, but it won't advance any further. Yes, very true. Very true. But then again, if you're sitting in a foxhole and are very brave and let the tank ride over you, yeah, it's obviously more something for urban combat. Or if you are about to be overrun and are sitting in your foxhole. And once the tank is stationary, so if the track actually came off, then you can use other fancy stuff like, for example, throwing a Molotov cocktail on the engine deck. Which in turn might encourage the crew to get out, because that is a somewhat a rather emotional event. When the tank catches on fire. What did the chieftain ever say? Significant emotional event, I think. Crap, now I had to remember that the last 20 minutes or so of fuel. Sounds like a somewhat odd game you're playing. Ah, Hearts of Iron 4. Alright. Yeah, I believe I've seen you play that. Or I have seen Discord tell me you have played that. And it rings a bell, but Maybe I've seen that before. I'm not sure. Why is there this odd amount of grain in the trailer? And why didn't I empty the trailer when I was... Because I can't get everything that is in the combine into the trailer, I don't think. Oh. Come on! Come on! There we go. It appears to be a really good harvest. I like what I see here. Plus we have, what, 68,000? 65,999. And there's still one field waiting that is about the size of what we have harvested yet. At this point. reminds me. How's the cows looking? Looking good. How's the cheese making looking? Oh, almost out of milk. Not so good. Oops. Forgot to turn the cruise control on. And this is gonna be a lot of bales. Should I? Oh no, I have 180,000 straw sitting, so that should be fine. But I might fill the loading wagon once. Just to make sure. Because the straw will now not only be bedding, but also part of the feed, although in just very small amounts. Oh crap, I forgot Trigo when I talked about the different groups. Yeah, Trigo. trailer has to come up anyway. Nope. Right, that's these two, well, technically 3 fields done. Over the large one. Again, let the helper take over for a moment while I dump the trailer. Let's see, this tractor kinda needs a service soon too. Why? Why do you turn the fucking combine off? Asshole. Just keep driving. I mean, yes, I kicked the helper out, but why? I mean, if I got that, the helper turns the combine off and you kicking him out. I'm not even nearly as far over as I thought I was. Oh well. Enjoy food, TTK? And how much do we have now? 84k. Nice. There's another, what, 40k sitting here? No, more. 50 probably. Right. 2.5 times was 10. Feet get smaller in that direction. Yeah, 30 to 40,000, I would say. Oh, are we getting... No. No rain. Good. $19 wage payment for cutting not quite one row in the street. Yes. I can live with that. think I will at some point have to look into one more mod. That is the auto drive mod. Because that could be interesting. Mainly because you can make it so that a helper will wait on the side of the field get called to the combine at a certain fill level of the combine, will then follow you so you can dump on the go. And when the trailer has reached a certain fill level, the helper will automatically just piss off, unload, and come back, while you can keep combining. Granted, that mod can do way more than that. But that would be the feature I would want that mod for. And all you have to do is basically drive the route it has to take, the helper will have to take once. Basically record where it has to drive. And not even everything, because the game with the auto-driving helpers now actually simply has its own waypoint network, which the mod will use. So you only have to explain the helper where it's supposed to wait and how it can get from there to the next road. And then from the road, how it can get from the road to your silo for dumping. Which I really enjoy. I like that feature. I had hoped that the helper, I think plural is still a helper, could do that vanilla, but no, sadly not. I mean, it's a huge step forward for Giants to actually have self-driving helper AI that can most of the time get from point A to point B. Granted, it somehow managed to get that blue trailer stuck in a lamppost in the village, but in general it actually works. For example, I know I can send the helper down to the lime pickup and so far that has worked every time. Can't make him load there because it's not really a sell point. I mean, it's not a sell point. You can send them to dump at sell points, but and then send the helper, once I have loaded manually, send the helper back to the farm. All of that works. You better don't look at the helper, because holy shit, is that god-awful driving, but it technically works. Well, I guess I could actually try if the helper can dump at the silo as is. Sure, I can't still can't do the rolling unload, but when I at least can make the helper go dump, that would be at least a start. Although the yard is full of garbage, so probably not a good idea. Well, not garbage per se, but stuff. When I thought set 30,000 left in the field, I think I was wrong. Oh no, 30, yes, 40, probably. So since then there have been 20, 20k have come off the field. The combine will fill at least once more. So 30... I mean, maybe 40k, but probably not. More like 35, I would think. But hey, what do I know, right? I have been wrong before, more often than not. Because that's what 4 combined width and a little bit. But this is the short end of the field, so. Three header width. But it's too full, and I think that was what is currently on my right is not a full width. But I do think after this harvest is done that I will call it a night. To 10. It's been 3.5 hours. Not bad. It's not quite a full header width. So apparently this field roughly yields 45,000 liters. Well, not quite. $42K. And I do believe it was maximum yield. Maximum possible yield. Maximum yield bonus. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually refueling this combine. And boy, is she thirsty. Whoops. Quickly push those 2 pellets out of the spawn zone. Then at least one more can spawn. Right, service time. That wasn't too bad. Oh, the combine isn't too bad either. Okay. Eh. Yay! Finally, the wonky header is back. But let's put the header down, and then it doesn't look so stupid. And while that indeed looks broken, I mean, it shouldn't be looking like that when the combine is off, but it is actually a feature of a combine. You can tilt the feeder house. So when you have undulations in your field. So you don't run your cutting bar into the ground. Ah, there we go. Now he leveled it again. Already 21% fermented. Very nice. Cheese production has basically stopped. So I kinda would want to transport the milk over now while I remember. So the production doesn't grind to a halt. If and when I do a time skip the next time we are on this map. I was thinking about getting the helper to do the shipping, but nah, let's do it ourselves. Why waste money on that, something like that? Still irritates me that the display for the speedometer and whatnot is on top of the steering wheel. Highly unusual. Okay. It's time I stop this. Oh boy. Right, let's see. Let's see what Twitch has to offer today. Okay, do you want maybe 20 minutes or half an hour of Doof playing Kerbal? Or do we pop over to Chrissy, who is doing Stardew Valley? Yeah, you are perfectly welcome. Okay, since everybody is screamed here, let's let's pop over to Chrissy. Right. Yeah, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the resub shorts, and yeah, thanks for joining me again. It is greatly appreciated. And yeah, I hope you had a wonderful evening. And yeah, let's pop over to Chrissy, aka Sparkle and Pop, who is apparently just starting with Stardew Valley, so that's good. She's probably just 2 hours in. Right, I wish you all a continued good time zone.